Hello and welcome back to the channel. How many of you remember Angela Cartwright, who played Penny Robinson in the classic television show Lost in Space? Since breaking into TV during the late 50s, Angela has had quite the career. In this video we're going to take a look at all of that, and of course we'll spend some time talking about what she's been up to more recently. So let's get rolling. Way before she was off exploring the galaxy, Angela Cartwright got her start super young. She was only 4 years old when she became part of the cast on The Danny Thomas Show, also known as Make Room for Daddy. Over the years, when speaking about that show, Angela has talked about how it was really different from her English home life, which was quite traditional. Angela remembers Danny Thomas being a bit of a loudmouth and his TV wife as having a feisty personality, quite the change from her own family. She spent 7 years on The Danny Thomas Show, learning all about comedy and what it took to make a new show each week. She remembers how quickly they put it all together, reading the script, figuring out where to stand, rehearsing with the cameras, and then doing it all for real in just a few days. After her time on that show, Angela went on to the big screen in the movie that I think most folks are very familiar with, The Sound of Music. Playing Brigitte von Trapp was a big change from her New York family on The Danny Thomas Show, and she got to experience a completely different culture. Her time making The Sound of Music was one that she would never forget, and it still impacts her to this very day. More on that in just a little bit. Then came the show that really captured my imagination when I was a kid. Yep, I'm talking about Lost in Space, which ran on CBS from 1965 to 1968. That said, I really came to love the show during the early 70s when reruns would play daily in the afternoon. The idea of a family having all sorts of crazy adventures in space really clicked with people back then when space travel was this brand new thing. Angela remembers the bright and fun colors from the show, all thanks to costume designer Paul Zastupnovich. His designs were incredible, but those first spacesuits that they wore on the show, well, they were not so much fun. According to Angela, they were made of this stiff cardboard-like fabric with silver on it that made it super hard to move and really, really hot. Luckily, it wasn't long before they transitioned to different costumes, which were way more comfortable. Angela says the Lost in Space set was a blast. She says it was like being at Disneyland every single day, and she made great friends with all of the other actors, especially Bill Mumy, who played Will Robinson. Even though Lost in Space only ran for 3 seasons, it was never forgotten. And the series has been super impactful, spawning a feature film during the late 90s, and even more recently, a successful series on Netflix. As Angela moved into adulthood, she became a really talented artist and photographer. She has her own studio in Studio City, Los Angeles, where she shows off her work. She even teaches art classes and travels around sharing what she loves to do. She has also written some books on photography and movies, including this one, Mixed Emulsions, and she's created her own line of clothing and jewelry featuring some of her cool artwork and photos. Over the years, Angela has always been there for her fans and likes to go to reunions with her Lost in Space buddies. She even popped up in the 1998 Lost in Space movie. She often goes to conventions and does interviews and seems always happy to talk about her time on the show. And along with her lifelong friend Bill Mumy, she has written Lost and Found in Space, where they share their personal memories from the series. In her personal life, Angela is married and has 2 kids. And, getting back to The Sound of Music, she even takes fans on special trips to Salzburg, Austria, where she shares her memories about her time filming that wonderful movie. From being a young actress on TV shows and starring in a movie that is universally beloved, Angela Cartwright has grown into an amazing artist, photographer, author, and business owner. Her talent and the way that she connects with fans are still growing strong, proving that her journey after Lost in Space has been equally exciting. Okay, maybe not just as exciting. I mean, how can you match traveling to all sorts of weird and wacky planets? Still, it's all pretty darn cool, and you can find out more about Angela Cartwright's art and books at angelacartwrightstudio.com. Anyway, that's almost it for today's video. Stick around, I've got something extra for you. But if you enjoyed this little trip down memory lane, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this one. But most importantly, and as always, thank you so much for watching, and let's all do our best to be our best with everyone that we encounter today. And now for something only semi-related.
What are you doing?
I am inventing a new cereal that combines all the miracle nutritional values of 3 of nature's most esteemed grains, understand?
All but one thing.
What's that?
What are you doing?
I just told you. I'm inventing a new taste treat that combines corn flakes, wheat flakes, and crisp rice.
Well, that's silly. The Post people have already invented it.
You're kidding.
Post Top 3. 3 top cereals in one. It's got cornflakes crackling with fresh corn flavor, crisp, nourishing rice, and muscle-building wheat flakes, all mixed together in one box. 3 times the flavor, 3 times the fun. Try it. Good, isn't it?
They stole my invention before I even invented it. Well, I'm going to see a lawyer.
Like my daddy says, try Post Top 3, folks. You'll love them.
This chic styler works so fast, you know what they call it? The speed styler. And look what else it has. A concentrator for those tough-to-dry places. And it's fast.
3 drying speeds for easier styling. And it's fast. Special brush for blow drying. And it's fast.
Plus styling mist for control. And 2 combs for fluffy curl. Wow, Schick gives you the most to work with, and it's so fast. Schick calls it the speed styler. Get one.
Didn't have to do it, but you did. So thank you very much for your support, for your support, for your support. Thank you very much for your support.
Click on that thumbnail, cause it's time to go. Dave's got the classics, let the memories flow. TV shows and movies that we all hold so dear. On his YouTube channel, he's keeping memories near. Dave Sundstrom, bringing back the good stuff, oh yeah.